16 months. That's how long a University of Toronto student says that it took officials here at the school to deal with her allegations of sexual assault. This third-year student says that she was sexually assaulted during a party 2 years ago here at Trinity College. She's now filed a human rights complaint, and she says that this will force the university to make these cases more of a priority.
When I first reported, my college told me not to report to police because I would be disappointed. I was told that it was good that I had come to them because U of T takes sexual assault very seriously. I was lied to.
Tamsin Riddle says it took the university 7 months before taking action to help reduce her contact with the accused, banning him from certain areas of campus. And she claims the school wouldn't consider expelling him altogether.
I was told that expulsion is usually reserved for like a violent serial rapist. And so to me it was like, is this not violence? Like, does the university not see this as violent or as serious?
And that was when she decided to file a human rights complaint against U of T and Trinity College, outlining the barriers she faced when trying to report a crime.
It is a concern in terms of how people feel comfortable and safe to come forward.
For privacy reasons, the university would not comment on this specific case or the human rights application, but the executive director in charge of student safety says a new policy has been put in place and new reporting centers have opened up on campus.
The major change is the university has very clearly stated that this is no tolerance for sexual violence on the campus, that these centers are a safe place to come and ask for help.
The policy change was prompted by the Ontario government's legislation forcing all universities to update their sexual assault reporting procedures as of January 1st.
I'm saying this as a survivor. If somebody gave me this policy and was like, okay, so you've been sexually assaulted, and I, to this day, reading over it, it's very confusing.
Riddle says the investigation into her case was concluded without her knowledge or consent, just the university, the accused, and his lawyer coming to an agreement.
I wanted to let other survivors know that it's not okay to be silenced, it's not okay to not be given support, that universities have a responsibility to deal with sexual violence.
Well, U of T says that they are willing to work with and take feedback from students in order to improve this brand new policy. And the group Silence is Violence here on campus, they say, of course, that they're willing to support any student who wants to come forward and needs help navigating the system. A link to them can be found on our website, citynews.ca.
There's more to this story.
All we can say is that it's more often than you think.
The gaps in the system and the steps that still need to be taken to stop sexual assaults on campus.
There's no succinct and standardized way of collecting that kind of data.
Earlier in the show, we told you about the on-campus sexual assault report that has now led to a human rights complaint against the University of Toronto. Well, now we're taking a broader look at what some describe as an epidemic of sexual assault happening on post-secondary campuses and the long-lasting effects that they have on students. According to the group Silence is Violence, the U of T Sexual Harassment Office received 137 informal disclosures of sex assault during the 2014-2015 year. Of those, 22 chose to file formal complaints. Of the 22, 12 were resolved through the university's mediation program, 3 went to trial, and 0 resulted in suspensions or expulsions. But victim advocates say these stats may not truly reflect the number of on-campus incidents.
Across the board at colleges and universities across the province and really across Canada, there's no succinct and standardized way of collecting that kind of data. It's all we can say is that it's more often than you think, and any of the data that's been collected was really from the early 90s. So it's troubling when we see the stats like 1 in 5 women will be assaulted on campus. Within the first 8 weeks is the highest number of assaults that will occur on a campus, but those kind of things are more situational and based on who's coming forward, but the reality is a lot of people are not for a variety of reasons.
If you're a student who has been sexually assaulted and you're looking to report this, you can head to citynews.ca. There you'll find links to the policies and procedures from several colleges and universities right across the GTA. At the University of Toronto, Tammy Sutherland, City News.